Hi everybody, and a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. Today we're going to do one of the most simple egg-free pastas you'll ever come across, and yet it's so delicious. I'm also going to be shaping it in the little orecchiette, the little ear-shaped or shell-shaped pastas. We're going to be using semolina flour. Some people mix this all-purpose flour and semolina, or Durham flour as it's often known. Now my semolina is fairly fine. You can get it finer than this, but I quite like it like this. It adds a little texture to the orecchiette which absorbs more flavour. So come down here and let me show you how to make it. I've got a cup or about 6 ounces of semolina flour here, and into that I just want to add a pinch of sea salt. Then I've got some hot water or warm water which I'm going to use. That is all the ingredients you're going to need. Let's just make a little well in here, and I'm just going to pour a splash or so of the water in and start to draw it in. You will have to get your hands in here. Let's just pull that open. Add a little more hot water. And actually I'm going to start using my hands. We're just going to start drawing this together. Just be careful not to overdo the water. Now it is quite easy to overdo the water, so just be a bit sparing as you add it. I'm starting to work this dough now and get it as smooth as I can. The amount of water you add varies greatly on the humidity of where you are, but just be a little careful, don't overdo it. Now you can see that dough is starting to come together, and I just want to work this now for a few minutes until I get a nice even texture. Bear in mind this is a semolina flour, so I have a little grittiness in there, but I'm quite happy with that. As I say, it gives me more texture on my orecchiette. So I'm looking for a really nice soft pasta dough, and if need be you can just dip your hand in the water and just add a little bit in tiny amounts until you get something that's quite soft and a little bit like Play-Doh. Now I'm happy with that now, it's lovely and soft. I'm going to wrap this in some plastic wrap, leave it for half an hour, a little longer if you like, just to allow the pasta to settle. Letting that pasta sit for a little while just makes it beautiful and supple. Now what I'm going to do is just take a cutter, and you want to slice off a little piece of this pasta. Now what you don't use, make sure you wrap or cover with a damp cloth, and then just roll this out until it's a nice long sausage. When it's about half an inch thick or so like that, I can take my little knife here, and we're just going to cut these up into little pieces, about the same you would make for gnocchi, maybe a little smaller. Now the traditional makers in Apulia, the ladies that make this, have got a technique and they've got it down pat, but I'm going to share with you what I think is the simplest way of making it at home. Come back down here. We've got our little pieces of pasta like this. Now the idea is that you take a knife. I actually like a sharp knife. A lot of people use a soft butter knife. Now if you just hold it like this and pull it like so, what you end up with is a fairly tight roll, and it's a little tricky then to turn it inside out. Now when I've seen them making this before, I've noticed a lot of them just pop their finger, the little leading edge of their finger, underneath as they pull. And what that does is, as it pulls it, it keeps it a little bit open, and then you turn it inside out, a little bit of pasta like that. Let me just show you one from this angle. So I've got my blade on the edge there, I'm pulling back, I'm using the inside of my finger there just to hold the pasta out to stop it folding in on itself. And as you come back, actually that wasn't a great one because it's a little bit thick on that edge. Let me just try another one. Just pop it in there, pull it back nice and quick. You should do this. You can do these fairly quickly once you get good at it, and then you just turn that piece of pasta inside out. But you'll notice by using the semolina you get a lovely texture on the inside of the pasta or the outside of the pasta, whichever way, and that's going to absorb a lot of the flavour. I might just show you a smaller one. Take a smaller piece like this, a little bit in there, just pull it back. As you get better at making these, you will get very quick. I've even seen them making very big ones. You can take a bigger piece like this, pop your finger on there again, stretch it back, pull it out. So this is a lot of fun just to do with the family, get the kids and just sit and make that. So I'm going to get on and finish now. A little bit of pasta will make a lot of orecchiette, and as I say, pull them out, fold them back on themselves, these little ears. I'm just going to drop these shells onto a tray and just let them dry a little bit. Now when you see the nonnas and that making these in Italy, they are so quick. I am nowhere near as quick because I don't make these all the time, but when I can get chance to, I mean, I think that one's pretty perfect. I absolutely love to. Now I tend to only make up the amount of pasta I'm going to use. The extra bit of pasta that's in here, I'll cover again with the wrap, pop it in the fridge, and it'll last 3 or 4 days in the fridge. Just get it out and make it when you're ready, so you've got lovely, fresh, al dente pasta. I'm gonna get on and sit and make the orecchiette. These are delicious with a very simple tomato sauce. I'm not gonna cook anything with these today, but if you wanna get on and give this a try, I'd love to hear how you get on. If you have any questions, ask down below. I'd be happy to answer them. Be good, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. You will be surprised just how much pasta this makes. It's a lot of fun to make. It's one that you should get the kids involved in. Just have a little bit of fun in the kitchen. Now I'll leave a link up there to the other pasta videos in the series, also the meat series that's running at the moment, and I hope to hear your comments down below. I've loved doing these pastas. Please share them with your friends. Be good, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.